Darlink, I will speak with a very special guest, the Green Machine, Danny Green. 4 times World Boxing Champion has invited Hello Darlink into his corner. So join me on this toe-to-toe with Danny. Hello Darlink, and welcome to the Hello Darlink talk show.
Hello Darlink, how are you?
Thank you so much. Danny Darlink, first of all, congratulations on your latest amazing win against Mundine. You received obviously response from all over Australia and beyond, and from all over the world. I just saw a Twitter who congratulate you lately, a big international boxing...
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao.
Legend, Manny Pacquiao, yeah.
Do you know him personally?
I've never met Manny Pacquiao. I know who he is and all about him and know what he's done. He's
yes.
Excuse me, he's a superstar, so it's pretty cool.
Incredible. Now, going back in time, how old were you when you started boxing?
My first fight was when I was 18, so 25 years ago. But I did karate and had a couple of kickboxing fights before that, so I started kind of learning how to fight when I was 13.
13?
Yeah.
And who were your heroes, you know, those days in your teens?
I don't really have any heroes, but I really enjoyed watching, you know, I love watching, my favourite was Roberto Duran, the guy from Panama, Hands of Stone, former world champion, great, like multiple world champion and great fighter. Tommy Hearns, Tommy the Hitman Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, that kind of golden era through the late 70s, 80s and early 90s. Those four were kind of the ones watching. I like watching Oscar De La Hoya. I love watching Kosazu. A lot of fighters. So I didn't really have one kind of guy that I really watched.
Whose photos did you have in your bedroom when you were a teenager?
I had a lot of surfing photos because I, grew up surfing. Can't remember. I would have had a Muhammad Ali one for sure.
Yes, of course.
He's everyone's favourite, so kind of.
Now, do you remember the day when you made the decision to become professional boxer? Did you dream then of being a world champion? As a fighter, we always dream it, but you never kind of really think it's going to happen. It's just a dream. So I don't really know. I've always, when I used to watch the fights down the pub with my dad when I was younger, in my pyjamas sometimes, I used to think, man, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. And then I guess I slowly gravitated towards it, and I turned pro after the Olympic Games in 2001. I went to the Olympic Games in Sydney in 2000, and then turned pro after that. It's a hard sport, and after 43 injuries during your career, how did you regain your strength? How did you keep going? What do you mean? Like, do you ever felt like, okay, it's so hard, okay? Most days. Yeah. Now, what gives you the green energy? The amazing, always good energy. I don't know. Just determined. Just wanted to win. Yeah. I'm stubborn, so I don't like losing. And not that I should put that in a better way. I don't like losing fights. I just always wanted to be the best. And sometimes I won, sometimes I lost. That's the way it is. But I always trained like super hard, and always pushed very, very hard. Probably a lot of times harder than I should have, because I was overtrained a lot. But that's just the thing inside me that kind of enabled me to overcome a lot of career-ending injuries, a lot. And I just forged ahead and just put up with the pain and bit down and just dealt with it. Thank you. That was my question. Okay, exactly. Yes. Thank you. And your father, you're a very good friend and your mentor over years. Now, you father yourself of 2 beautiful children. What advice do you give them, and do they listen? My daughter's a very good swimmer. So yes, she's 15, yeah? Yeah, she just turned 15. She turned 15 the night of my last fight. So at midnight, we sang happy birthday to her in the change room. So it was it was a very special memory. I just tell them a lot. I advise them a lot. I try to anyway. They generally do listen, but they also have my stubborn nature. So they think they know it all. They think that they can do everything they want to do. I think my main advice is just slow down. Don't try and get everything at once. You're 9 and 15, just chill. Life will come at you. Don't try and go and live it all tomorrow. Just chill, it'll come. You got a long way to go. Just enjoy it, be kids. Beautiful.
Now there are so many young people looking up to you. What's your message to them? They all want to be like you, huh?
Listen to your father.
Great.
But just enjoy it, enjoy life. But be good to people. Be good to be good to your parents. If they don't have parents, be good to whoever's there looking after them.
Yeah.
Good to their siblings. Good to their friends. Good to people who need a hand. Always look out for others. That's what I teach my kids. Always look out for others. Have a kind heart. You can't have a kind heart. You're either born with a kind heart. Only you can grow a kind heart. So I'm lucky my kids have got a beautiful heart. And that's very special for me to know that they've got a good heart and they always look out for people. The underdog, people who are in trouble, people are getting bullied. As kids it's important and they'll carry that through into their older life and help people and look out for people.
Me generation needs a lot of information like this, huh?
Yeah.
The me generation. Now, as we spoke, you won 36 fights out of 41 in total in your professional career. It's incredible. During your career, you had incidents of individuals trying to reclaim their win after they lost. And I'm referring here to Roy Jones, whom you brought in 2009 over to Australia for that match. Now he got knocked out in the first round after 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
You've done your homework.
Oh, done your homework, thank you. He congratulated you then, and then months later he came back accusing you of cheating.
Oh, he didn't accuse us of cheating. He said the referee stopped the fight too early, and he was grasping at straws. What happens in certain sports with people, they try and salvage what's left of what they have left in their career. So for him, he had a massive rematch. He fought a man called Bernard Hopkins a long time before we fought, 16 years before. And Bernard Hopkins and Roy were huge superstars. And then they were supposed to have a rematch, and they'd actually signed on to have the rematch months before I fought Roy in Australia. And I went at the press conference, I said to Roy, Roy, you made a big mistake. You've signed on for something that you haven't even got to yet. You haven't got through me yet.
Yeah.
And I felt that he made a big mistake, and I don't claim to be a better fighter than Roy Jones ever. But on my night, I was better than him, on that one particular night. And he went on to fight Bernard Hopkins after that. Bernard Hopkins was the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world in 2010. And he was 43 years old, which is very unique.
Yes.
Unique.
Yes.
He was one of a kind, Bernard Hopkins. And he went 12 rounds with Bernard 4 months after I fought Roy and put him away in one. But what people are quick to forget is I cost Roy millions of dollars. By me defeating Roy, it took the shine off his rematch. If he defeated me, then his rematch with Bernard Hopkins would have just had so much more impact.
Yeah.
But then I took Roy out in one round.
I know.
And then, it was just a shock to everyone. My eyes were like that when I took him out.
Oh,
and it was amazing. And no one gave me a chance.
Yes.
And then, Roy was just trying to salvage, unfortunately, the rematch and try and make as much money as he can as a prize fighter. And that's what that was about.
And you wrote an open letter to Roy then. Now I have a question. After your amazing win against Mundine, he's now coming and making stories and he's not happy. Would you consider writing an open letter to Anthony Mundine?
I wrote one to him years ago, went in every paper in the country, about why he hasn't fought me.
Yes.
And Roy and Anthony are similar characters, both showing that they haven't lost graciously. And in our fight, Anthony couldn't win graciously by what he did in the first round, and he couldn't lose graciously. So what he's going on with is nothing but, once again, similar character, similar trait. He's trying to salvage what's left of his career, which is in tatters. His career's finished.
Exactly against?
His career's finished. So he wants a rematch against me purely to try and get some money. We've both won one fight.
Yes.
But I want to live with the victory for the rest of my life.
Of course.
So for me, it makes it. The more he carries on, the better it makes me feel.
So what's your take on honor in a sport? And you partly answered this question now, why they're doing this, but the honor in a sport as such, does it exist? Does it being respected by anybody except yourself now?
Oh, plenty, yeah, lots of great fighters, not my great fighters, lots of fighters out there that are great fighters are very honourable and very respectful and carry themselves very well. And, guys like Oscar De La Hoya, was a great fighter. And one of the fights he lost, I thought he definitely won, but he wore it on the chin. I lost the world title fight in Germany. I got disqualified in my first world title and my 17th fight. It was a shocking decision. But, you know, I wore it in the chin and kept going and went from strength to strength. So, you know, I had my kids looking at me and see how I was going to handle myself. And it was important to me, my dad and my family watching. So, you know, it is what it is. But some things I've said that I wish I hadn't said.
Yeah.
You know, some nice things I've said about people, which I wish I'd never said now.
Yes.
In the way they've acted. I would like to retract them publicly, but I won't. But, or I'd like to get him in here and do a few rounds in here with no one watching. But, it definitely does exist. But, and I hope that the young people can see that they should always have dignity and respect in what they do.
They have to learn how to be not only the winner, but how to learn how to be the loser with integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think it's lacking in a sports training, this kind of approach? You know, like you being trained to be the winner, the winner, the winner. Good. What happens, there's only one winner at a time. What happens to people? Integrity, honor, what we spoke. Young people, I mean, like yourself, need to learn to think this way.
Yeah, they do. But it comes down to their parents.
And they never have time lately.
It comes down to their parents, and it comes down to their coach, whoever's coaching them. And if they don't have parents, or if they, you know, whoever's their father figure, or their mentor, their, you know, their mother, whoever it is, you know, they need to be. These people need to be guiding their kids in the right way. I'm not the father of the year. I make plenty of mistakes. Yeah. So you know, it is what it is.
So Danny, is this exactly for sure the final game you had? Your retirement is
done.
Done. No chance for rematching. No.
No, I've made that very clear, and I'm very, very comfortable with my decision.
Yes.
I didn't fight for. I fought in late 2012, and then I didn't fight again for nearly 2.5 years. And so, you know, I wasn't sure whether I was going to fight again. But I thought, you know what, this Mundine fight, the rematch has to happen for both of us. It's crazy. And so I'm very happy, and I know that he needs to fight again because he needs to earn the money. And he made us wait for 10 years. So I might, you know what, I might make him wait for 10 more years. And wait till I'm 53 and then come out and we'll wheel ourselves out in wheelchairs and we'll get on.
Tell us about friends in this competitive world. Support us, friends. You have special friends, Angelo Haida. Any special friends that will stay with you in your heart forever? And you know,
I've made lots of friends and you know, acquaintances. Sport's funny, you know. Sometimes you meet people and you get a lot of people who want to come on for the ride, and then when you lose, you find out who your friends are. So. It's always good to lose because then you're going to get to sort the kiff from the chaff, which is kind of you get to sort out the bullshit.
That's right.
And the fair with a friend. So, but it's been good. I've met a lot of genuinely great people, and it's been a fulfilling part of my career is knowing that I've had such amazing support. I've had genuinely a lot of great people around the country who have shown me so much love and support. You know, so. Without that, it wouldn't have been anywhere near as exciting. You know, when you're at a stadium and they're all going crazy and really, really barracking for you, but really barracking for you. Some people, unfortunately, they say they're going for you, but you kind of tell them, you're not going for me, mate. You're just happy to see me after the fight, get a photo and whatever. You don't really care about me. But I know who really cares about me, who really, really genuinely loves me and wants me to see me win. And so when I've had a lot of those people, and when you can win, when you are victorious, you're just like, oh yeah, it makes it so good. So I want to give you a big hug because I know how much you really want to see me win, mate. That's cool.
And you're so known for your community work, for giving back. The Coward Punch campaign that you're so passionate about, I believe it was a self-funded ad or self-funded campaign. Beautiful. How did it come about, and is there more coming of it? So needed.
Yeah. We just released our third ad. Had Jonathan Brown, AFL grade, Ben Robert Smith, Victoria Cross recipient, and a real life hero to us all, especially to a guy like me, who just looks at him and goes, wow. And Mark Hunt, UFC legend, and such a cool guy, and so respected and revered for how he, conducts himself outside the cage and inside the cage as well. and myself featured in an ad that played across the country and still airing nationally from early January onwards. And I started the ad campaign in 2012, late 2012, and it was just my way of kind of trying to, I don't know, young blokes go, oh, he's a boxer, he's a fighter, he must love it when he sees people get knocked out. It's like, oh, I can't stand seeing it. Makes me sick, makes me angry. Two guys are fighting, and the two guys are like fighting, and they've got a problem with each other, and they go, right, let's get on. I've got no problem with that. Someone gets hurt, you know, the fight, if he gets dropped, he gets hurt, he gets looked after, that's it, it's over. But this cowardice of people just walking up and hitting someone for no reason or next to no reason, they might bump into them and crack them, you know, spill a beer in a pub, and the next minute a guy just goes wham and knocks a guy out from behind or from the side or without him knowing. It's just putrid. And our laws need to be fixed, and laws need to be tough. I was just talking to someone on the way here about it. An ex-pro surfer just, you know, got hit in the weekend. I think he's in a coma, and he's struggling really badly from a young guy who did it for no reason. And lately, the maximum penalty that's imposed has been amended and increased. But our minimum penalties need to be increased. It's no good. No one gets a maximum penalty.
I agree.
How come we ain't got the balls to impose a maximum penalty?
Yeah.
We need to impose the minimum penalty. So the minimum penalty needs to be jacked up hard. So these scumbags will think twice, because it needs one person to get put away. You know what? If one person kills one person for no reason, they're drunk, they're depressed, they're high, whatever it is, that person needs to pay with his own life.
That's right.
That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
But our government has not got the balls to do anything near that. And so people are going to suffer, not just in this law, but for many other laws, forever. It's just going to deteriorate and erode. And pretty soon we're going to be left, you know, fighting our own battles.
Absolutely. No.
And then it just creates more trouble.
Great.
And soon the government's going to have anarchy in its hands. You know, there's going to be renegades out there, just, you know, looking at. I reckon. I'll fund them. I reckon it's great. I'll help them.
Absolutely.
If they clean up this shit in the society, get rid of them.
Absolutely. Great. Tell us about Team Danny Green campaign initiative. Venture. Yes.
It's an online health and fitness program, and it's been going for a couple of years now.
It's already a couple of years.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with the gyms.
Yes.
It's different to my gyms. It's online, so you can do it anywhere in the country. You can do it in Townsville, Bunbury, Timbuktu. It can be done anywhere. All you need is a telephone and the I guess the will to go, right, I want to change my life. And it's nutrition based. A lot of people, it's for people who don't really know what to eat, when to eat, and why they're eating it, and how to prepare it, and what exercises to do. It's kind of for those people who are either really unfit or used to be fit and forgot what they used to do and don't know what to do anymore. People who are time poor, which in today's day and age, incredibly, everything's fast, everything's accessible, everything's so easy to get, yet we're all time poor.
That's right.
That makes sense. We've outsmarted ourselves. And so, and it's changing people's lives. It's just about helping them achieve what they want to do health-wise, fitness-wise. If they want to lose weight, helping them do that in a realistic and achievable fashion.
What do you think about women coming in male-dominated sport? Women participating in a male-dominated sport?
This is a tough question. You've really put me on the spot here.
Oh, shame. I didn't mean it. But say what you think. Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know. The other day, I read somewhere, some I won't swear, some kook said he wants to take out, in cricket, the night watchman, the 12th man, and not use the word batsman. Oh. Made me lose my appetite.
Yeah.
And maybe want to just, you know, slap this bloke with a fish.
Yeah.
Across the face. He was an imbecile. So, I can't get my head around it. If a lady gets selected and she's good enough to get selected in the Australian cricket team, then when they announce her name, she'll be called a batswoman. I mean, soon I won't even be allowed to say she.
These people can go shove all this shit right up their ass. Makes me so angry.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
She can get called a batswoman. And if she is the 12th man, she'll be called the 12th woman.
That's right.
What is wrong with I don't know, what's so bad about calling it? It's traditionally been a men's game.
Yeah.
And if women are good enough to make the team and get selected, well then they'll be called
in today's time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with AFL football, I don't know what they call them football, so they're not called men as such or women. If a lady is good enough to be selected in the team, she'll be selected in the team and it'll be awesome. You know, but it should be the rules and the rules shouldn't be changed to accommodate the lady.
Because
it's a game. The game's a game. The game's been there forever, and the greats of the game, I would hate to see them turning over in their grave.
Yes.
Because they're not allowed to bump anymore because now ladies play the game, and if people don't like me for that, I don't care.
Okay. Now I have one blunt question allowed in an interview. For someone outside the boxing world, like myself, I don't know so much, I just did the homework. You think as a woman, how can you punch somebody that you don't know, or you may even like? Now, would it help, does it help if you hate somebody to fight them?
No.
No.
No. If I hate someone, it's harder because you're more tense and angry, and it's like, no, I don't want to be that way, because then you tense up and your reaction time, your thought process is quick. So you just need to be cool, relaxed, loose, and if the manager of my gym came in or my brother walked in and we had to fight each other.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've been fighting since I was a kid, so I'm desensitised, and I don't see it as violence.
Yes.
I don't see it as violence at all. I see it as a sport. I see it as a beautiful sport in some aspects, because it can be so brutal and so tough, yet so critical and technical. And you need a lot of, discipline, especially when you get hit hard. When you get hit very hard, and you can't feel your legs from the knee down, and they're just numb, and everything's like raw, and everything's numb. There's crowd going bananas, and this animal's on you, just raining down blows, trying to knock you out. You can just smell and see in his face, I want to finish you, and I really want to knock you unconscious and put you to sleep. And then you got to be critical of your timing, and you got to make a split-second decision while you're concussed, to make a move that's going to keep you awake and keep you in the fight, and then you want to battle your way back into it, and then eventually try and win the fight. I think that's a great thing. I think it's kind of pretty cool that people can do that, and they choose to do it.
Yes.
No, good fighters don't have to do it. They want to do it. They're there for a reason, and I don't ever want to hurt anyone badly. I don't want to intentionally hurt an opponent. I don't want them to permanently. I don't want to permanently damage anyone. No way.
Of course.
I've had my nose broken plenty of times, fractured eye sockets, jaw, hands busted, ribs, been knocked out, chopped up. So, but and I do it to them, and my aim is to do it to them. But I don't want to hurt them, if that makes sense.
Danny, if you had a magic wand, a green magic wand, what would you wish for?
That the magic wand had endless wishes.
Yes, you have two wishes. That the magic wand had endless wishes. A first wish. To get endless wishes, you need to have a first wish.
I just did. That was my first wish.
Oh my
you
gosh,
just gave me a green
endless
wand, and I want endless wishes. Then it never runs out. So then I can relax and take my time.
Nothing is
endless. And make calculated decisions.
Okay, we put it out there. It's still green magic wand, so yes, beautiful. Then did you ever feel like throwing in the towel?
Never.
Let me throw the towel in for you to thank you for a beautiful interview.
Thank you.
And for inviting Hello Darlink in your corner. Thank you.
My pleasure. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Danny. Wishing you
Thanks for coming in.
Beautiful. Thank you.